So good evening, everybody. So this is me, Naveen. I'm part of the Tata Consultancy Services. So today in our session in the SUSE booth, we are going to see the transition to S4HANA and how TCS as a company can help you on this. So the agenda for today would be on these topics. So what are the major S4HANA migration considerations? What are the major key factors that any customer globally would consider? And what we find is as a solution to most of these considerations. And what does SAP Solution Manager 7.2 has to do with this solution? And what is our methodology to this? And we would also touch base on few of our customer examples. So quickly moving on. So we've been doing this S4HANA migration assessment for major customers globally. And with our interactions with most of the customers, we have grouped our questions to be majorly around these areas wherein the customers want to know what would be the impact of their custom codes. What are they really ready for the migration? Is it the right time to do the S4HANA migration, or is it just because the industry is getting moved to S4HANA, should I also get moved? And then they also want to know why should I migrate to S4HANA? Again, the same question. And what would be the cost for migration, and what would happen to their ongoing projects? So S4HANA is, as everybody knows, is a complete transformation of your complete business models. So what would happen to the existing projects that are currently going on? So these are some of the questions that are there that primarily arises in all the customers globally. So out of these, we have picked a very high-level questions, and we decided and we analyzed what could be the solution that we can provide to our customers. And one solution that we came up that could answer most of these questions is SAP Solution Manager 7.2. So yes, SAP Solution Manager 7.2 thus helps answer most of these questions when you are considering in migrating to S4HANA from whatever landscape that you are currently in. Now, okay, having said that SAP Solution Manager 7.2 thus helps you in the process of migrating to migrating to S4HANA, how does it answer those questions? So the first question that we discussed is how do I manage my changes to the custom codes? So you have something called as the custom code management within the SAP Solution Manager. So when you enable this SAP, the custom code in the Solution Manager, it takes care of all the custom codes and the impact of the custom codes when you migrate to S4HANA. It gives a detailed analysis of all the custom codes that are getting affected, which of the custom codes that are getting obsolete, which are the custom codes that are getting impacted to a high level, which of the custom codes that needs to be replaced. So you would get a complete study of all the custom codes. Next, am I really ready for this S4HANA migration? To answer this question, SAP has a ready-made solution called as the S4HANA Readiness Check. So this is again a part of your Solution Manager. So you run the SAP Readiness Check, and it gives you a complete assessment of are you really ready to migrate your system to S4HANA, or is there any prerequisites that are still pending for you to be completed. Next, what are the migration best practices? Now that I know that I want to migrate to S4HANA, but what do I do? How do I follow? Who do I ask? Instead of asking anybody else who has the previous experience, just deploy the best practices that are available on the marketplace. Again, you use the SAP Solution Manager to get the best practices into your Solution Manager system. You use it throughout the migration journey. Next, what are the changes that would happen to my software? So any software related changes can be easily analyzed when you use the maintenance planner. A maintenance planner would give you what is your current software version and what is the target software version. Again, to use the maintenance planner, your SAP Solution Manager would act as the baseline. Next, where do I start with the plan? Okay, any migration would require a plan to start with. Again, SAP Solution Manager would be the ideal tool wherein you can go download the roadmap for which version of S4HANA you want to migrate, what is the business strategy that you want to follow. Just get the project plan roadmap into your Solution Manager 7.2 system and build your project plan and start your transition right from there. And finally, what happens to your ongoing projects? So let's say you have a set of ongoing projects. With SAP Solution Manager being your release management system, you can easily manage your ongoing projects as well as the S4 HANA migration. So all the existing projects can be released parallelly along with your S4 HANA migration, and also after the S4 HANA migration, the projects can still be continued managed using the release management of Solution Manager 7.2. Okay. On top of it, when you talk about the S4 HANA migration, another key word that comes along with it is the SAP's Activate methodology. So this is the pipeline of an SAP Activate methodology, wherein the customers, be it a new customer who wants to do a greenfield implementation to S4 HANA, or who want to transform their existing system to S4 HANA, follows this pipeline. And you can see, like, right from the prepare phase until the run phase, it is the SAP Solution Manager that gets integrated into itself, and it acts as a tool to do all of these processes. Having discussed about what Solution Manager offers to you on the S4 HANA migration, we would also touch base on what are the other functionalities of Solution Manager. So as you see, a Solution Manager provides you a 360-degree atmosphere, wherein it covers almost all the ALM functionalities, right from collecting your requirements in your design phase, in your deploy phase, your run phase, and in your monitor anywhere. So we have already discussed few of these topics, and the other topics are also over here. So another beautiful or important thing that is available with Solution Manager 7.2, which was not there in the previous versions, is its tight integration. For example, if you take the solution documentation is the key or the key base of Solution Manager 7.2. With solution documentation, you have integration with your test management, you have integration with your custom code management, you have integration with your business process management, and you have integration with your custom code management as well. So all your data is now available in a single place. So be it a migration to S4 HANA, or be it running your operations after the migration to S4 HANA, Solution Manager becomes your single point of contact for doing all these operations. Okay. So as I gave a small hint, Solution Manager 7.2 has vastly improved in its latest version, that is a 7.2 version. So summarizing the key benefits or the key changes that has happened to Solution Manager 7.2 can be broadly classified into these 4 categories. First is the process management. As I said, the process management has got a complete ramp up in the 7.2 version. So everything has now been process oriented. So previously, the older versions of Solution Manager was all more into the IT side of it. But now with 7.2, the business team has gotten a better picture into the Solution Manager. And also the process management has been more structurized. You can add multiple levels of processes, and you have a process modeling wherein you can simply draw a diagrammatic representation of your even your complex business processes. Next is the Agile Innovations. So Solution Manager 7.2 is now completely agile. So you can run your projects, you can run your deliveries, you can release your transports, everything in an agile methodology. Next is its availability on the cloud. So one key important factor about Solution Manager 7.2 is Solution Manager is now ready to monitor any systems or operate any systems that are on cloud, that are with cloud, and Solution Manager itself can run on cloud as well. So it is now readily available to be deployed on a cloud infrastructure. And also few of the tools that we already discussed, the maintenance planner, the roadmap viewer, the best practices, all uses SAP Solution Manager as the base, because you need these tools during your S4 HANA migration. And finally is the user experience. The old Java screens are all now being replaced by beautiful UI5 Fiori screens. So users no longer need to log into the SAP GUI screens, and everything is now on the Fiori-based applications. So yes, so having spoken much about what Solution Manager has to offer you and how it could help you on the S4 HANA transition, so this is our TCS methodology that we help customers during their migration and also with any practices along Solution Manager. The first and the foremost step that we do is the assessment. So what do we do during our assessment phases? Like we do our technical workshops, we have a one-on-one discussion with the customer to understand what is their needs, and we also suggest them like what are the, we just don't deliver what they need. We also give them the options of what are the other functionalities that are available with Solution Manager, what could be helpful for them. We make them understand the real functionality of Solution Manager and allow them to pick the required configurations. Next is the roadmap definition. So in order to do a Solution Manager implementation, definitely you would need a roadmap. So we bring in all our best practices, all our previous experiences with different customers, and we help them create a roadmap. We help them identify what are the prerequisites that needs to be done, and in that case, we would help them create a beautiful roadmap so that they would be able to migrate on time. Next is we help them build proof of concepts. So this is an interesting topic that any customer would be really happy to do it. So we do talk a lot about the configurations, but any customer would be happy to see the results visibly. So in that case, we provide both the options. One is we have an in-house Solution Manager system which is built on SUSE, and we have already deployed all the configurations in our system, and we can help the customers have a look into our systems with all the configuration. Or if the customer is interested, we can do a proof of concept right on their customer's test environment with the minimal configuration what the customer would be happy to do as a proof of concept. And based on the output of the proof of concept, we do a complete assessment, and then we move it to the production. Next is the implementation. Obviously, any proof of concept that we do have the capability to do the complete configuration. We configure it to the customers, we deliver it to the customers in the timeline that we have prescribed. We do configurations for all the Solution Manager available, and we also extend our service to do the continuous improvement. So our service, as I mentioned, doesn't stop with delivery. So what we do is, like, one classic example could be your technical monitoring or your business process monitoring. When you do your technical monitoring configuration, let's say I finish my technical configuration today, we do not stop today. What we do is, like, we work with the customer for the next couple of weeks to understand what is the result. Is it really bringing value to the customer, or is there any changes that are needed in the customer's metrics that we have set up? So we do that assessment post-delivery, and then we make sure that any configuration that we do for the customer is really helping them to grow their business. So on this point, we would discuss a couple of customer case studies wherein we have used solution, and both of these customers are in the pipeline of an S4 Hana migration, and they wanted to do an assessment. And as a first step, what we did was we made sure that they had the key essentials of the SAP Solution Manager in them. So for the first customer, their business need was to ensure that all their business processes are actually captured and getting monitored with the Solution Manager. So we used SAP Solution Manager to capture all their business processes. We in fact created custom metrics which are not a part of the standard SAP delivered metrics. We created custom metrics for their business processes, for their complex business process and interfaces, and then we got them monitored. So the end result is now the customer has all their key business processes monitored. So tomorrow, when they are ready to migrate for an S4 Hana, they have identified all their business processes. So tomorrow they would be able to easily identify what is the impact of each of these business processes when they migrate to S4 Hana, and thus they would be able to save a lot of time and energy. For this second customer, again, they had a lot of problem with their change request management and their release management. So what we did was we implemented the change request management along with the release management with Solution Manager 7.2. So as a result of it, today they are able to manage both their minor and major releases successfully, and also as a part of their S4 HANA migration, they are able to maintain a landscape wherein their existing releases are getting moved periodically, while their S4 HANA, which is currently in the assessment phase, would also get as a part of the release management and get migrated parallelly. So any questions on any of these slides? So thanks everybody for your time. So we are at booth number 401. So any questions on this, on any latest technologies that TCS is involved, you can please drop by to booth 401, and we'd be happy to help you all. Thank you.